Hey there, Chubs listeners. Welcome to Chubs Gone Wild, episode 391, recorded on April 26, 2021. And that is wrong. We're actually May 3rd, 2021, and this is episode 392. So, well, we're just all over the place.
So unprepared. I'm so embarrassed.
So what's the weather today?
It sucks. That's what it is. It's not 60 degrees. This is
yeah. So tell me, what is it?
well, currently we have wind gusts up into the 20s, and let's see, it's 81 degrees outside the studio with a 90 coming by 5 o'clock, and wind. Let's see, our air quality is 55, so that's moderate. That's not bad, which is surprising. With how much pollen is in the air. 16% humidity. The barometric pressure is 2988.88. And good visibility. Speaking of good visibility, on my lanai, I had a 10 by 10 tarp that we used for, shade, because the lanai doesn't have a solid roof, you can see it. And so, during the winter, it split. So I got a new one on order.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Our tarp that we have outside the window, the new one, it's really good.
Now, is it woven, or is it like a plastic?
It's like a thick plastic, so it's not like the real thin woven-ish plastic one that we had before that split all over the place. It was a big old mess. So
yeah, because I find that because of the winds that we get, you have to get the woven one. Otherwise you've got like a sail.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely correct. All right, well, let's see. It is currently, we have 235 days until Christmas, 180 days until Halloween, and whatever else, we'll just have to wait till next time, go look it up on the calendar. We do have...
what about Beltane?
Beltane was 2 days ago.
3 days. Oh, that is 2 days ago. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know that this Sunday, actually, for some of us, we have Mother's Day. This year, I've noticed a lot of backlash against, like, people talking about it, or advertising about it, or things like that. People are like, "Oh, you're very insensitive to talk about Mother's Day," for some people, and I totally get that. But some of us still,
I know, and as much as I hate it, it's you can't expect companies to go, well, we just won't advertise because some people don't have moms, their moms have died or stuff. And it's like, okay, no, that's like, we can't have Christmas anymore because there's Jewish people that don't celebrate Christmas.
Right. Actually, it's funny, that was going to be my analogy too. It's like it's there for some of us, and
right,
and like Beltane is there for me, but like
it's May Day for me.
Right. So
what do you get? Okay, on Beltane, what do you get? What was
Beltane is, I mean, you just, if you're into it.
Is there cake involved?
Oh, absolutely, if you want it.
No, these are, I want to know what things you get to eat or presents you get on Beltane.
You eat good stuff, a lot of fresh fruit, a lot of fresh stuff, and you go frolicking naked.
Really, fresh fruit the first week of May.
Yes.
No.
You just you eat.
There is no fresh fruit until the end of
harvesting. In harvesting, during the harvest festivals, you eat all pumpkins and breads and
sure, because that's when
nuts and all that.
That's what's being grown.
And in the fruit, and in the springtime, you eat whatever.
There is none. There's none.
So
there's no fruit.
You go have.
I guess strawberries. You've got strawberries.
Oh, well, there's that.
They grow during this time period, but cherries won't arrive until the end of the month. And if you're back east, they're still in a cold snap.
That's true, but that's not our fault. That's global warming.
Of course, Beltane came from Europe, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Probably from the gypsies.
No, the pagans.
Pagans.
The
thing.
Celtics.
Same thing. Anyway, so maybe it's different there. Maybe they have no, they probably have later winters as well. I don't know. I'm confused. I need more information on Beltane.
Okay, well, I will endeavor to be more forthcoming on the holidays and talk more about it. But mainly, you got your maypole, which is kind of like the representative of, dancing around, and it's a big penis with fake sperm coming out of it, basically. Anyway, but yeah. Egg charms, you can paint egg charms, you got your wish boxes.
You're just reading something now. You're
bread.
terrible. Oh my God, you don't know. You're celebrating things you don't know.
Hey, so lots of flowers.
Because Day is all about the spring and the flowers.
It's basically the celebration of the birds and the bees. I'm trying to put it a little bit more like, oh, we do happy little things, but really it's about the penis and being naked and fucking and having a good frolic. So there you go. I'm sure we have a few pagans that'll be like, oh no, it's not about that at all. But you know what? It's a big pole with sperm coming out. So that's what we pagans do. All right. Well, aside from that, what else we got here? No, let's do this first before we get to that. So the celebration of holidays that we have today, specifically for today, is we meditate in our garden. We're aware of the Great Lakes, melanoma, chocolate custard. I don't think I've ever had chocolate custard. I don't know if I want to. Lumpy rugs, meeting planner appreciation, raspberry popovers, SAN architect today, whatever that. Specially abled pets day. So if you have a pet that has like a little, the rollers on the back, we celebrate them today. Also textiles, 2 different colored shoes, paranormal day. Well, for my mom and our friend Clint and you still watch the ghost stuff?
What do you mean ghost stuff? You mean the factual investigation?
I have proof. Here's a video of 2 eyes looking at me in the dark or something. I don't know, but anyway, y'all like watch the same shows.
I didn't know that. I knew your mom did a little, but I didn't know Clint did.
Oh yeah, all 3 of you are just like
we need to plan a
thing, and I'm like,
we need to plan a trip then.
There you go.
There's a place up in it's up towards Jackson. It's called Preston Castle, and it's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the U.S.
Why would it? Why would it?
What?
Why would it be?
It started out as a place for like a boys' school for bad kids, bad boys.
Yeah,
they go there if they broke laws. So people were killed there, including a woman who took care of I think she was the cook or something. She was killed. They've got and then after it was that, I think it was probably like a tuberculosis place. Yeah. So most of those places it's almost like with COVID, how all of a sudden there were COVID places that were not COVID places before. They were gymnasiums or boats and stuff, anywhere where they could put people and keep them away from the public. So it's got a long history of hauntings and
Nice. Well, y'all can go do that, and I'll
right
on here, and
Mom and I can stay on the first floor, and we'll send Clint up the stairs.
Okay.
Actually have sleepovers where you can sleep over in the place and investigate all through the night. You leave in the morning, and they have like a Halloween night where like on Halloween they're there and they have a big ghost hunting thing on Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we were in the theater, did you ever have any run-ins with the ghosts there?
No, which one? Well, which theater?
The one above the upstairs when we were upstairs.
Oh no, I got
No.
nothing.
Yeah, I think I did, but it was creepy. It was a creepy day. I was all alone. So anyway, moving on. We also celebrate public radio, the Sun, Wordsmith. Oh, that's cool. And also WordPress Freedom Day. World Press Freedom Day. WordPress is a whole different thing. Whew, I was wondering. All right, today's affirmation is I love myself enough to go beyond my parents' limitations. You know, it's kind of a smack in the face, really, but whatever. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint Nephi Nick, DJ Sausage from Univaz, Timothy Eric, Juan Carlos, Brother Sinatus, Phoenix Dave, and Moose P. Please become a patron of the show over at patreon.com/MattBurlingame. We really appreciate it. And as I was telling you, or maybe I was telling my mom just before we started the show, Last Romance, I finally figured out the formatting error. And so Last Romance is going to be out, like, I think the end of this week. So,
Now, is it based on the Lady Gaga song?
Is it what?
Based on the Lady Gaga song?
No, not at all. But
of course it wasn't, because that's called Bad Romance.
So I was like racking my brain trying to figure out what the hell are you talking about? Oh, so speaking of, we went to Bear Bar a couple weeks ago, as you know, and our dear friend Clint absolutely hates the song Rain on Me. And there were a couple people there who kept using the digital jukebox app thing to make it play repeatedly. And I think it played like 4 times in a row. And he was just coming unglued. And after about the 3rd time, even the rest of us were like, really? Again with this? Shit. Anyway, so now I found a new way to drive him crazy. All right, well, let's talk about some birthdays. I hear we have some really good ones coming up. Well, we do. It's that fabulous actor, Rob Lindley. Happy birthday, Rob. Also, Kelly, Carmel. We love you. Also, wait a minute, hold up. They changed something. Here we go. Here's the upcoming ones. We got Dean, Paula. Oh, she's my stepmommy, Paula. We have, well...
Is that the girlfriend?
No. This is my actual stepmother of 10 years because they still never divorced. Wait.
No, that's not
longer
true.
than 10 years. No. What?
I'm confused. Go ahead.
Okay. So before he moved in here, and the not my girlfriend that he's been hanging out with since long before he moved in here, there was my actual stepmother that he never divorced. So yeah, she's a mess. All right, and then in memorandum birthday for my Aunt Dottie, who passed away last year of cancer. Then we also have happy birthday to Kathy and that handsome Lane. So we got some Stephanie, Janet, Richard. Oh, that Matthew Farms. Oh, yes. Also Alex, Melissa, Curtis. Remember Curtis? He acted with us.
Sure.
Yeah. Robbie, author Sloan Kennedy. Oh my goodness, we got that Vera Charles. Her birthday's coming up. Also Bill, Patrick Walsh from the Scream Queens, Jerry, Eli, Johnny, and Katie. So happy birthday to all of you. There's about 3 that listen, so they'll just pee in their knickers because they got mentioned, right?
Oh yeah, that's my dream.
I know, right? It's the only reason I listen to other podcasts is around my birthday. They'll say happy birthday to me. So, yeah. All right. Nothing in our feedback. So we got some Chub hugs. I want to send a huge Chub hug out to that, make sure I get it right, Timothy. That Tim. And he sent me an Endora. I always accidentally call them bobbleheads. This is a Funko Pop, the Endora one, and I wanted it ever since I first saw it. I said, "That's me. I want that so badly." And
you opened it?
What?
I thought you're supposed to not open those things.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, come on. You got to touch it. Come on, you know you want to touch it and hold it. So I do, and I not only have the wonderful one, the Endora that Tim sent me, but I also got one myself around the same time. It's the V lizard face guy. Alien. Anyway, so they sit together on my desk and keep me company while I write. How about you? You got some Chub hugs you want to send out?
Well, I did want to send Chub hugs out to all the people who are suffering with allergies.
Oh, amen.
It's terrible right now. It's just awful. And this wind is not helping. And we've already started our fires. We've had a couple of fires this weekend. So it's like California's starting early.
Yep. Wasn't there one last night I kept smelling?
Yeah, there was one at Discovery Park.
Wow. Ugh, no.
I don't know if that's the one you were smelling, but there was one at Discovery Park.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that around maybe 1 in the morning, all of a sudden I just started smelling smoke from like out, you know.
Yeah, there was also a fire in a apartment, but I don't know where the apartments were. And that was overnight as well. So lots of fires.
Yeah. All right. Current topics. Well, Caitlyn Jenner, one of her first things that she wants to do is she's going to run for governor of California. She opposes letting trans girls play school sports. Well, it's her first campaign issue. Dumbass bitch.
Well, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's fair
that trans girls should be able to play school sports? Yeah.
No. Okay. So what, I mean, I look at it like with Caitlyn Jenner, I mean, she goes from, what was it, triathlon to, high heels, and all of a sudden, she's still got that strength, right? If she were younger.
I was going to say if she were younger. Yeah. But why wouldn't girls be able to have that? I mean, to me, it's one thing if maybe, say, somebody who can like dead weight 350 pounds goes on to the girls' weightlifting team or something. That might be an issue. Maybe, I think, or who cares?
I know, but I think they're generalizing. Who cares? The girls who aren't going to be winning the first place because they're up against somebody who's has a male physique that can beat them. That's who's who's arguing with that. And I'm not sure how I feel on it, but I understand both sides of the issue.
I guess in a way that's a complicated issue, and I can see different aspects of it.
And it sounds like it wouldn't affect that many people, but still the people it affects are going to bitch about it. So,
but how would you feel if it were like the women's basketball team?
Well, I mean, the thing is, sure, we're going to win more games if we have a, like somebody who's 6'4" and or 6'5" and used to be considered male, and now they're considered female playing on the team. But I think it's not just the fairness of that. I think it's just like, what about Judy, who's worked her whole life to be a basketball player, but she gets not shunned out, but kind of pushed out because you've got this trans player. I don't know. I mean, there's lots in there.
You see, I think when it comes to something like basketball or whatever, it has more to do with skill than whether you still have your penis intact. Because look at the women that we've seen play basketball. Most of those guys, or most of those women, could outplay any of the guys.
Okay.
Or play at least as equal.
Okay.
Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I can see maybe more of a personal issue when it comes to like one-on-one skill sports than I can on team sports. Anyway, but
how about that concerned father in Arkansas?
Oh, well, that poor guy was arrested after peacefully testifying against the Arkansas trans health care ban.
Now, isn't that the one that says that doctors can refuse transgender people, just refuse to serve them?
I guess that's part of it, but I think this one is they've actually made it illegal for parents to for anyone, but especially parents, to positively reinforce their child's transgender issues and speak up for them. It's illegal.
Well, I think it's more than that. I think that the healthcare doesn't offer healthcare to transgender people.
I think that's where yeah.
Which is
like for the like, if the parents try to get their kids health care for being transgender, I think that's the
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge, because you can't get any of your the meds that transgender people need to
beta blockers or your testosterone or any of it.
Right, exactly.
So I think it's beta blockers. I think that's the right term. Also, let's see, unhinged GOP lawmaker arrested after trying to be a substitute teacher, and he terrified the students. So
Matt Gaetz?
He didn't terrify them. He just came after them.
Oh, that's not true. He terrified plenty of high school girls.
Yeah.
And not when he was just in high school either.
That whole thing. He's wow. He's a nutcase.
He's wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of wow, Tom wants to talk to you about.
Well, first of all, I got something in the mail.
Oh.
That I had not ordered. Sean had not ordered. I don't know where it came from or who it came from, because the packaging had nothing except the thing itself. It was sent through the post office. It was mailed from Compton, California.
Oh.
And I have this is from. I checked the tracking information, and it lists no sender. So I'm stumped. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. Also, the girls, I'm going with 4 girls again, because that worked out so well last time. And I tried something different. Now, normally when you're growing this, when you start the seeds, they honestly say this. They honestly say, get 2 wet pieces of paper towel and put the seeds in between them and put them in a dark place. Remember when you were a kid and they did that with beans?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. So, but then I read a different thing on it, and they said, the little growing cylinders that they have, and they got a slice in it. It's like a cottony material. They said, just put the seed in there, and then what you do is you put it into soil right away, because the taproot usually comes out first. And if the taproot comes out and there's no nourishment, you actually could have a bad plant because of it. So it said to put it into, so I got them in soil, little things, little kind that you get from a nursery, that the pre-done plants already, where they're already starting to grow. I use those little pots, and now I've got them in the soil, and they're all sprouting at the same time. I don't think I've ever had them all at the same level. All, usually one's like this tall and one's this tall, and one's just kind of going, so it's nice having everything working out so well already. TV wise, I did get some fennel and some lemongrass for the herb garden. So that's good. Let's see. Masked Singer this week was a fucking clip show. I hate clip shows.
Yeah, me too.
The only clip shows I'll watch are RuPaul's Drag Race clip show, because it's almost better than a regular episode. So, and let's see, American Idol. Last night it was their Disney show, and so they brought back the one person from last year that America voted in, and so and then they eliminated 3 people at the end of the show, and he was one that moved on, which angered some people because, well, he was last year, so why is he getting a second chance? Blah 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 blah. Well, who cares? And let's see, Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez, he's been fighting wanting to be the coach, but he's agreed to be the assistant coach now. And I can't believe you still haven't watched the show. It is so cute, so cute.
Okay.
And also Big Shot, which is John Stamos, which is also on Disney Plus. This is about the girls' basketball team, high school basketball team. He's he was a NCAA, is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah, basketball coach. But he had an anger fit and threw a chair at the referee, and so he got kind of shunned and pushed down to high school. And so he's dealing with these girls, trying to get them developed to be a champion team. And it's a really good show as well. You'd like it. Okay. Shadow and Bone. This is that new.
Yes.
Oh my God, it is so boring. I mean, the first episode wasn't bad. It was kind of interesting, but I watched 2 more episodes, and it's like, I don't know who anybody is. I don't care, actually. That's not moving along well. I'm not interested. But what I thought was interesting was that the sets, they look like crap. If you really look closely, the indoor sets look like crap. And I would be surprised if they weren't drawings like they did in the old Alien, the original Alien. All the walls were actually drawings. They weren't actual sets. And so, I don't know if it was all of them, but a lot of them, that beautiful background was fake. So that's what I'm wondering here. But what they do on the show is they have extraordinary set pieces. Like he's in this bazaar. One of the characters is in this bazaar, and he's looking at a mirror, and behind him there's this gorgeous lamp. It's just very colorful because this is a very drab show. It's just dark and gloomy kind of show. And then here's this gorgeous lamp with reds and greens, and it's very vibrant. So what they're doing is they're putting really cool set pieces to take your eye off the fact that the set's crap. So I thought that was interesting. Let's see. Them. Okay. I'm on the part where every one of the members of the family now has some demon chasing them around, or ghost or something. And the father has just should I give a spoiler alert?
So is this for them? Is that what you're saying?
I just said, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just checking. Yeah, total spoiler alert. Go for it.
Okay. When the father kills the cop, what's going to happen now? Oh my God. It's just like, oh my
I
God.
know. It's like you just fucking took things to a whole nother level.
I mean, you can't come back from some of these situations.
Right.
And so, and remember when the girl, the white lady across the street rips off her wallpaper? Was that black mold?
I think so.
I think that's what they were trying to get across.
yeah, that it was mold creeping into
Well,
the
and of course, an analogy for her would be that the black people moving in the neighborhood was like black mold taking over your house.
yeah.
And so I thought that was kind of an interesting way of looking at it. And she's a psycho. And it's, I don't know. It's like I'm not moving to Compton. I'm
Did you
only getting gifts from Compton. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you get to the slap yet?
Yes, that was an episode before.
Okay. So where when she walked out there and slapped her and the little girl, that's what would beat their ass.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that kid steals a lot of the scenes that she's in with her attitude. She is like no fucking attitude. She's not taking shit from anyone unless she's
Well, how about the older daughter and that scary girl that talks her into doing shit, and then she covered herself in white paint and went to the bonfire
yeah.
and started doing kicks and cheerleading stuff. It was so weird, so very weird.
Now, what episode are you on? Did you just finish?
I just finished the top.
Shoot one, and that's kind of where it ended, right?
No, we've still got 6 episodes.
No. Anyway, just whenever we record, because there's a couple episodes coming up that are I would be interested to hear your take on. But okay, is that blackface guy though not creepy as fuck?
Oh yeah, he's so creepy. But what about Aunt Vera in the basement or whatever her name is?
Yeah, that's creepy, but she also is kind of tropish to me, to whereas the guy that is doing the blackface character, and that song stuck in my head for like a week or two after I finished watching it. And I mean, that scared me more than Aunt Hulu thing. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the song Cat in the Sack.
Oh, thank God that didn't stick with me. Cat in the bag, cat in the bag.
Cat in the bag, cat in the bag.
But for me, it was that what you gonna do? And I'm like, oh my God, it's so creepy.
Okay, so on Top Chef this week, it's a drive-in challenge. And so they need to make drive-in movie snacks that you can eat in a car.
Okay.
And Padma goes, okay, so we're going to be in cars, and we're going to, I think Mercedes is the, or BMW is, and it's Mercedes is the, one of the sponsors of the show. So we're going to be in brand new Mercedes, and we don't want to get them messy inside. So take that into consideration. And they're making ribs, they're making wings. And I'm the whole time we're yelling at the TV, you're in a car.
Right.
You don't have a table to put this shit down on. It needs to be, I'm holding something, I'm eating something. I can't, I was waiting for an ear of corn, wouldn't that have gone over well? Some of them were so stupid for doing what they were doing, but some of the food looked really good too. So, and I know you're going to watch it later.
Yeah.
But wait to see the guy who wants to do, because he's doing horror, so he makes a black corn dog with red inside, so it looks like you're biting into something that's and at first, and everyone's going, okay, I don't want to eat this.
Right.
It looks terrible. It looks burned. Anyway, so then on The Circle, which is Netflix, and have you ever watched any of The Circles?
No.
Like the first one or the second one?
It's in my queue, but I haven't watched it. No.
Oh my God, this is the second season, and oh my God, I'm so excited to see what happens. I don't know why it's just the way they do it. You just get sucked in. You get sucked in so hard watching this. Then it's so much fun. And then finally, let's see, I watched Bill and Ted face the music. This is the third Bill and Ted adventure. I watched it on Epic. I don't know if that's the only thing it's on right now, but it's terrible.
No.
Now, did you like the first ones at all, or did you see the first ones?
Yeah, but I mean, I was a kid when I watched them.
Yeah, see, I think I watched the first one and refused to watch the second one because I know I never saw Bogus Journey.
I thought the second one was fine, but the first one is like the epic one.
Okay, no, that's not the point I'm making.
Okay.
Watching the first one made me not want to watch the second one.
Right, I get that. But
and so I only watched the third one because, well, Sean wanted to see it, and what the hell?
right.
It's my job, and it was pretty terrible. Basically, what happens is they have to go back. They have to go into the future and find their future selves and get the song from them that they wrote that's going to save the world, because on a certain date and a certain time, the world's going to end if Bill and Ted don't have the song ready. Yeah. So that's how important they are. And the girl who played Keanu Reeves' daughter really did research the role. She was very, very good. She even got the how he moves his head.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she was doing a better Keanu than he was doing, because he just looked fat and uninterested in doing this movie. His hair looked extra straggly. Well, let's face it, anybody that's my age that has hair that looks like Bill and Ted's really should think about a new haircut. And so he just looked old and terrible, where, I mean, and John Wick, he's, crazy athletic and looks great, even with somewhat longer hair.
Right.
But he just looked terrible. And Alex Winter, who plays the other character, he looks pretty old too. But but I mean, there was some fun things. I don't get me wrong, there were some funny things, and I'm sure it's even more fun for somebody who is a fan of the series. But it was like, this didn't have to be made. Wow. I think they only made it because Alex Winter had no career, and Keanu said, "Okay, we'll do it for you." And of course, Keanu Reeves, who's like still office, John Wick, Matrix. He's not, and so they did the. I would not rush out to see it unless you're a fan. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
And let's see. I think that's it. I did want to mention that Tenet, which is the new Christopher Nolan movie, not new, came out last summer. And of course, the pandemic fucked it. But it's now available on HBO Max now. So there you go. It may be HBO as well. I just know it's on HBO Max. Okay. And I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about your week?
Well, let's see. So I ordered this thing. Now, for those of you who like to check out the video, you'll have a little visual here. But I was showing Tom earlier. So there was this Instagram ad from a place called Lummy, and they were like, "We have things that will I don't know what the fuck they're called, but they're like overlays for your teeth. They're not veneers, but they're snap-in things that'll like go over your teeth and give you a winning $1 million smile, and they're only $15 a piece." And I'm like,
you paid $15 for that?
And I'm like, this has got to be a big, huge scam. But I don't know, watching the video, it's like, okay, I'm going to give this a chance. Well, it took months to finally get here. And then when it did, I was sure it didn't get here. And then I just happened to find it in this tiny little package that was like on the floor inside the mailbox. And so I opened it up, and well, what I got for you visual folks They don't even stay on over your teeth. You kind of have to hold them in there with your tongue, and you get a great big smile. And they're just, they're like I said, they are one step above vampire teeth. Um, corny as hell, but one of those kind of like, okay, well, I was aware, buyer beware. So cheesy as fuck. Anyway, got some glue. So anyway, other than that, I've really just been focusing on working a lot and trying to keep moving forward. So as far as my TV and movie adventures, I have watched more of the newer One Day at a Time. I am almost through season 3, and then we'll try to find season 4 and watch that, or at least the half of season 4 that came out. And then I've been watching RuPaul's Drag Race season 13. I am halfway through it. So I don't know if I have any real opinions other than I can't stand Candy.
Because she's a whore.
I don't mind whores. I just don't like bitches.
Okay, she's a mean whore.
Yes, she is a bitch. And I swear it was like, because I've been watching the Untucks at the same, like after each show, I've been watching the Untucks. I'm trying to keep up on that. And it was like she had a fear that she was going to be going home, or that she might, be like in the bottom and have to lip sync or whatever. So it's like during the Untucked, she decided to just have a huge fucking meltdown just so that she would be somebody that they would keep on the show so that she could cause drama. And then of course, when what's her name, the older drag queen who I like, when she went up against Candy, Candy and the other girls, she's all like, I just want to let you know there's some of you that I can't stand, but I'll give you props for doing a good job. And I'm like, oh, she's just going for it. She's trying to get up there, and she was sent home that show. I think it was that show that she was sent home.
I think
Not
it was
the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was my favorite.
Yeah, mine too. And I have to say I want to like Elliot, but I don't. Sorry. You okay? You want me to pause?
No, I'm fine. I just had a voicemail.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Elliot with 2 T's. I want to like her, but there's something I just don't like that much. Anyway, I don't know who that I want to root for, although I really like the F to M queen.
Yeah, the Got Mick.
Yes, and I like her, him responds to both. And then the Latina queen, I like him too. He's pretty fun. Other than that, I don't know who. Well, you've already seen it because I know it's already over. But who were you kind of rooting for?
My favorites. Well, I like the older queen that. Well, first of all, I loved her because she was on there after a bout with cancer, and she had a colostomy bag.
I just saw that episode.
She's wearing while she's doing all these jumps, and I mean, that's amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I can see trying to get through life that way would be hard, but trying to be a drag queen and not have that come into play, and a physical drag queen, because the drag queens are no longer just beauty queens anymore. These guys are all stars, especially if you're going to go on RuPaul. So I really liked her. I like Rose.
Yeah, I'm warming up to him.
I like Got Mick.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a few that I liked. I mean, I liked a lot of them, except for Candy. And it just depends on the episode, but they're all pretty fun. They were so with the exception of Candy, it almost felt like they were in Canada because they were all pretty nice to each other and
Right?
very supportive, except for you'll see
Tina.
it's Tina. Well, they make fun of Tina a lot
Yeah.
because she's not. It's not that she's one note; it's that she has been around a long time, and
Mhm.
this is what happens with RuPaul's Drag Race, is that the people who are up and coming usually do better because they can change.
Yeah.
They can be a little bit different each time and grow, where it's really hard to tell Diana Ross that, this whole Motown thing that she had going, we're going to try something different now.
Right.
We want you to be more like Ariana Grande. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's not going to work.
Right.
But you can tell Ariana Grande that, we're going to try to bring in this Diana Ross vibe for you on this new album. And she'd be
Right.
like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. Do I get the big hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Tina was just kind of, it seemed like she was just kind of resting on her laurels in a way.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and come on, she's in her 40s, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's got a long line of wardrobe she dragged with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think with Tina Burner, the thing about her was she was too old and set in her ways to change.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. If it's working, it's working. You don't tell Joan Rivers that it's not working, because it's
Right.
always working. She can always find work. Well, before she died,
Mm-hmm.
she could always find work. And Tina always is finding work because they know what to expect from Tina.
Right.
RuPaul's Drag Race is more of a springboard for people who aren't well known already.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Tina Burner's an icon in New York.
yeah.
Everybody knows her. If they can put her name on a poster and say she's hosting this pageant, and people will come to see Tina.
Yeah.
And that's what all of the rest of the queens long to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
And remember on the did you watch the one from England?
Not there yet.
Okay. One of the one that everybody knows. She's on TV. She does everything. When they need a drag queen on, an English sitcom, she's the one they hire. And she goes early because she's a star.
Right.
And it's hard for stars to break out of what's working, what's paying their bills.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
that's the thing about
right there.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like putting, like celebrities on The Voice or on American Idol. Well, that's not the point of the show. You're a host or a judge. You are not a contestant.
Right. And in fact, what was the X Factor or something that they did recently, and they had Kevin from Glee on there? Yeah. And I was just kind of like, why are you on this? You're already kind of a star, but
I do feel bad though, because it's the old Tina Louise curse, is that so many people become celebrities known for one thing, and the audience won't accept them for anything else. He was the one in the wheelchair, right, Kevin?
Yes. Yeah.
So he's probably introducing himself to the world as not Kevin.
Right. Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. And it is, in fact, Nephi and I just had this discussion the last couple of days. Is you and I had been talking about Jason Bateman on the show and how much that we like him, and yet he is one of the few. Well, I don't know if we should say one of the few, but I will for this
Sure.
child stars who really grew up and had a very successful career. I mean, even his sister, who was on, Justine Bateman. Yeah. Nothing, she just kind of grew up and did a few things and fizzled out, to whereas he has gone on to be extremely successful. And I mean, he was on like Little House on the Prairie and It's Your Move and Silver Spoons and, Valerie Family.
Right. But the thing is that he is more popular now.
Yeah.
and more successful now than he was when he was at the height of his, let's say, young adult career.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, as soon as those shows end, they do a few, because look at the Brady's, all the Brady kids, they do a few other things, and then they kind of fade into the distance unless they not like the Brady's, kept trying to revive it.
Yeah.
And but Jason was never really, I know he had a couple shows where he was the star of sitcoms, but they weren't Family Ties.
No,
they weren't. I mean, they're so. I mean, we know he did them, but I can't tell you what the names of those shows were.
The young ones.
Yeah, when he was the star of sitcom, I know he was at least the star of one sitcom.
Yeah, well, the one that they brought back several times. They brought it back on Netflix, but he was an adult at that point, I think. What was?
I'm not talking Arrested Development.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, so yeah, no, he started out on Silver Spoons. He went to It's Your Move. He was on.
Was he the star of It's Your Move?
Yeah. Well, he was. I think so.
Yeah, I think. That may have been the one that I don't remember. I remember he had one, but and then he got it.
And then Little House on the Prairie, and then Valerie's Family, and I think there was another one in there somewhere too. Remember the Valerie Harper show?
Yeah, yeah.
He was the son on that.
Oh my God. See, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I just know him as the adult, the great adult actor he's become.
Yeah.
And he's a legitimate movie star.
Yes.
And he's also, Ozark is fantastic. Really one of the best shows on Netflix, if not on television. And so, yeah, I love seeing him in stuff. And, and him being the crab guy in the Melissa McCarthy movie was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
And you know what? But he's confident enough to do that and not think, oh my God, this is going to ruin my career.
Yeah. And Christina is another one. Christina Applegate. She's another one who grew up and did great. So,
yeah.
And I absolutely love her too. So, all right. So yeah, that's my week. Hey, we want to remind you to be loud, be proud, be too much, and to be you. Fat Marker Clothing wants those of us who have been told that we're too much of something to turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs Gone Wild listeners, you can do that if you use the code FMWildChub to get 20% off anything while ordering over at fatmarkerclothing.com. All right, well, let's find out what the advice is this week. This one comes from Dear Miss Manners. Dear Miss Manners, a friend and I were enjoying brunch outdoors at the nice restaurant when a couple with a large dog and a baby in a stroller were seated at a nearby table. I kept silent as the couple obviously allowed their dog to visit other tables, dragging its leash along behind it. I kept silent. When the couple finally grabbed the leash, but still allowed the dog to walk around, creating a trip hazard for anyone walking by. I figured that with a dog and a baby, these people may be doing the best they could. However, I'm ashamed to say that I also kept silent. When after they finished dining, but before the table was cleared, they proceeded to change the baby's diaper on the table. They then got up and left, leaving the dirty diaper on the table. This would have been revolting at any time, but even more so during a health crisis. The most I could do was commiserate with the busboy and leave a large tip. But should I have said something to the couple at the time? You're muted, honey.
Sorry, is that the end?
Yeah.
No, but the restaurant should have said something.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking it must be an outdoor restaurant if the dog's there. So I'm assuming that, but to have a dog and letting it run loose,
which is scary as fuck to me because
is well, it's gonna, how big was this dog? And
right,
I don't want it grabbing food off of tables,
right, yeah,
and then leaving a dirty diaper, changing the child on top of the table and then leaving the diaper is so low class, I can't even believe it.
yeah. That
Yes.
to me is the like, what the fuck are you thinking?
I mean, I honestly, if somebody did that, I would stop them in the parking lot and ask them never to come back to the restaurant again.
Yeah,
If I were running the restaurant, and I'll tell you, I would probably, if I was this person, I would probably go over and say to not just the busboy, but to the manager, how do you let people do that?
right.
And stop doing that.
Now, if you were the manager, would you pick up the diaper and then walk out and then throw it at them?
No,
No.
no, because that's assault.
Oh, throw it at the car?
No, but I might say, oh, here, you forgot this.
No.
And I'm just hoping they rolled it up and wrapped it up when they were done and just didn't leave it like
I,
have you ever been to baby showers when they do the diaper with the candy bar?
that's so fun. I don't care if it's a fucking candy bar. That is disgusting. When I first heard of that, I about wanted to barf.
Oh, well, if you're ever at a party and they do that,
Uh,
take a sniff, and if it smells like candy, eat it. The crowd goes wild.
huh? Gross.
Well, it's usually a Kit Kat.
Well, I know.
A melted Kit Kat. I mean, how bad can that be? Or a Snickers, what they do is they throw it in the microwave and melt the Snickers. So you get the peanuts in there too.
I just want to barf thinking about it.
Okay, what did Dear Prudy say?
Oh, well, this isn't Prudy. This is Miss Manners, girl.
Obviously.
We don't want to misgender Miss Manners. So anyway, well, I don't know. But I'm just so disgusted by that anyone would do this. All right. Miss Manners had to say, everyone has been shocked to hear the crimes committed in full view of a group of people who did not intervene, thereby allowing it to happen. But this admittedly disgusting action is not one of those times. Half of the rudeness that come to Miss Manners' attention are of people who chastise perfect strangers for infractions rather than actual crimes, confident that they are doing good. The recipients of such unwanted attentions tell her, without exception, that the self-appointed judge, jury, and executioner was wrong on the facts. But this is beside the point and hardly possible here. Since this is not virtuous but rude, to correct another person's manners, your own behavior, including tipping the busboy, was beyond reproach. This is an assurance that Miss Manners fears you will find of little comfort. Well, there we go.
Actually, I would have probably filmed it.
Oh,
Changing the diaper and then put it on Facebook and go, look at what these pigs did in a restaurant.
wow, that's hard.
Well, that's the other way you can,
publicly shun them, and then YouTube will say, oh, you put up a video of somebody under 18, therefore you're in violation of somebody's privacy.
No, the child is not, I mean, unless they show the genitalia.
Ew. No. Well. All right. Hey, Chubs, do you think Rudy Giuliani will be the key to exposing Trump's BS completely?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. Or even if he is, I don't think anybody's going to do anything about it. Hey, Chubs, are you happy with the job Joe Biden is doing?
I am.
Same here.
I mean, he can't do everything at once, but he's trying to get the things, the most important things to touch the most people at this point.
Yeah. One of the questions came up on David Pakman about, do you think that Trump left the bar so low that anything that Joe does that's even just mediocre seems amazing? And I still think that he's just doing a really good job.
But I mean, I understand that question as well,
Right.
because I mean, for almost 12 years, all we had was the GOP standing in the way of Obama, and then Trump not doing anything.
Right.
So seeing, an administration that's taking care of people and getting shots and making sure people aren't being thrown out of their homes and trying to fix infrastructure and things that we haven't been able to touch for years. I mean, since the first 2 years of the Obama administration, when they had the Senate and they had the House, after that, we had 10 years of obstruction or just ignoring all situations.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's maybe Biden is, but I'm happy with what he's doing. Whether or not the bar is low, I don't care. He's doing something, and I approve what he's doing. So,
yep, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's find out what's in your lunchbox. Mr. Moose wrote in and exposed everything in his box to us, including, once again, ordered smoked pulled pork, or no, I always go for pork, pulled chicken with bourbon molasses, I can do this, bourbon molasses barbecue sauce with a side of mac and fries and fried okra. Amazing. Also, the supermarket beside my gym has started selling all natural chicken that is cut into cubes. Makes for fast work when during a stir fry, making curry, or in this case, panko crusted oven fried chicken. Side of fried new potatoes.
Yeah, no, see, that's kind of like what I was telling you about, but they didn't crunch them up. But it looks like they cooked them, and then they seared off the half that was cut to make them crispy. This looks so good. This looks so good. I want to crawl into this page and eat it, but I want 3 times that much chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Although this is probably 2 breasts worth of chicken, but I don't care. I want more. It looks that good. I could just.
Same. What exactly is panko?
Panko is a rice breadcrumb.
Oh, got it. Okay. That makes sense. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Moose. And if you want to see those photos, just go over to facebook.com/ChubsGoneWild, and you can see them over there. Now, a word from our sponsor. Currently, LGBTQ people of color in America have a disproportionately high rate of HIV infections. Golden Rule Services of Sacramento, along with the HIV Community Planning Council, want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. Pre-exposure prophylaxis, aka PrEP, is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, call your local sexual health clinic. In Sacramento County, California, contact Golden Rule Services at sacgrs.org to get started on protecting your sexual health. And thank you very much, Golden Rule Services, for being a sponsor of the show. Now, what you can do, you can send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Like us, leave a comment on on chubsgonewild.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/chubsgonewild. Please become a patron of the show over at patreon.com/mattburlingame for as little as $1 a month. Find Tom's movie and TV reviews at swanandjudd.com, and find their podcast at iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other such places that do that. Find out more about my books at justgetstheguy.com and check out my other podcasts, BigGaySexShow.com. And give us a call at
408-69-Chubs.
And with that, we wish you a wonderful week. We hope that you had a wonderful Orthodox Easter. And I know, right? It's like the Greeks; they have to be different. So,
Oh yeah. Send your cards, letters to Matt.
yeah. All right, and we will catch you next time. We love you.
Bye.